And after you leave a like, remember to smash the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet. And remember to hit the notification bell so every time I post a video, you can know right away. Subscribe, 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 subscribe. What's up, my YouTube friends, viewers, subscribers, everybody? Welcome back to another banger video. Now, you guys already know what time it is. It's time to be motivated. Let's get it. What to do if a person is jealous of you? I will tell you what exactly you need to do. You need to keep on doing whatever it is that you were doing. Don't make yourself less to please nobody else. You know why? Because jealousy is a inside feeling someone have towards you. So if a person is jealous of you, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. You know why? Because it's a feeling that's on the inside of them, where they compare themselves to you and they lack some ability that you have. Because a lot of times people think if someone is jealous of them, they need to like stop what they're doing or slow their process down just so that person can feel better about themselves. Let me tell you something. Do not make yourself less to make somebody else feel more. They need to put some more effort in to reach where you are. Because you're not going to have a millionaire being jealous of another millionaire because they're both on the same level. But you're going to have someone that's like $100,000 that's going to be jealous of a millionaire. So jealousy is all a feeling somebody have on the inside that they lack some either physical ability, mental ability, whatever it is that you could do. Maybe creativity. Maybe you're more creative than them and they see that you're more creative and then they envy you and that develop into hate. Because it's all about how somebody look. They literally see you and then they look at themselves. And then they see what you can do, and then they see what they can't do. Because a lot of times when I see people and someone is jealous of the other one, and I ask them, they're like, they're jealous. So I will just stop. Why the hell are you stopping? If you're good at something and someone is jealous, why would you stop? Sometimes people tend to, the only way for people to like elevate themselves or to evolve as a human being, they always find something that's like higher than them. And then they try to grind to like keep up with that person. But that's the wrong way to do it. So if someone is jealous of you, I would recommend slowing down what you're doing. I would recommend stopping what you're doing. If you're a guy that's in the gym and you're working out and you got one guy that's jealous of you because you're fit, would you stop going to the gym? Or if you're a beautiful female and you're in the gym and you're taking care of yourself and traveling the world, why would you make a broke girl that's jealous of you enjoying your life and enjoying your money? Why would you stop traveling just so she could feel better? If that makes sense. Because if you're moving forward with your life and evolving as a human being, why would you care about someone who's less than you, what they think? It's obviously they're jealous of you because they can't do what you can do. Not knowing you were working while they were laying down. I know when it's time for you to enjoy your life and enjoy your money, they just start working. I know they can't do what you can do. And you guys probably be the same age and they're probably like, oh, you're the same age as me, but you're doing this and I have to go to work. But what they don't know is you was working while they were laying down. So if a person is jealous, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing. I've seen people complain and say, oh, that person is jealous of me, so I'm going to stop doing this. Why the hell would you stop doing whatever you're doing? It's what you're doing why they're jealous of you. If you weren't doing it, they wouldn't be jealous. Because you can have somebody that doesn't really matter. You can be talented, you can be creative, you can be intelligent. There's always one kid in class hating on the smartest guy in class. There's always one girl hating on the prettiest girl in school. If that makes sense. There's always one guy hating on the most popular girl in school. There's always somebody hating on somebody. And the person that's always jealous and hating is always the one that lack all those abilities. If that makes sense. So why would you stop doing whatever you're doing just because how somebody else feels? They feel however they feel just because you made that step forward and bettering yourself as a human being. But sometimes people think jealousy have to do with them. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. Keep pushing, keep moving forward, keep evolving. Don't look at what they're saying. It's because of what you're doing, why they feel how they feel. Because they look deep within themselves and they can't do it and they can't keep up. Then they envy you. And like I said, that's transforming to hate. That's why people hate on other people. If you should ask somebody, why exactly are you jealous of me? Or why exactly are you hating on me? Or why exactly don't you like me? They won't give you a valid reason. Because they don't have a valid reason. They themselves, they don't even have a valid reason to tell you, because it's a feeling of how they feel inside. So they're not going to say, oh, I don't like you because you're prettier than me. Oh, I don't like you because you're smarter than me. I don't like you because you're more creative than me. They would not say that. The most they would say is, oh, you think you're better than me. That's it. And it stays right there. Even if you're going about your business and enjoying your life and evolving as a human being, you living your life, they're going to say, oh, you think you're better than me. No one is better than nobody. You work hard, you enjoy your life, and you enjoy your money. Don't make somebody that have no idea what's going on with you tell you how to enjoy your life. Because while you was working, while you was grinding and pushing forward, they were busy partying and wasting their time doing a bunch of nonsense. Now you're at a point in your life where it's time for you to take off and walk, make that next step in your life, because people go through stages within their life. I'm not talking age wise, because your age will eventually go up, but people mature mentally and physically. I would say mostly mentally people mature, because if you're going through phases in your life, you can feel every step. You can wake up one morning and feel like you're smarter, you're stronger, you have more confidence. You feel like no one can stop you. That's you actually evolving mentally. What used to affect you last week, it doesn't phase you anymore. That's because you're evolving. So why would you make somebody that's like 30 step less than you make you stop what you're doing because of how they feel? Let me tell you something. I would never stop doing what I'm doing just so somebody can feel better. If somebody comes to me and they're like, oh, Ty, I don't like you, I'm gonna be like, okay. Oh, but I don't like you because you post on the internet one time, you post on YouTube once every day, you're consistent. So, where were you when I was making all those videos? Somebody got to make it, somebody got to edit it, and somebody got to post it. And that's me. So, you think I'm going to stop being consistent just because someone, especially if that person have a YouTube channel and they're not consistent and they're watching my channel grow and theirs is on the same level? You think I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing? What I'm doing have absolutely nothing to do with that next guy. But that next guy's going to sit down and hate on me just because I'm moving forward. Because people tend to not want to be left behind. And that's why they make themselves dead weight. They're trying to make it. You ever feel like you're helping someone and it's like you have to literally be dragging them along the way? Like it's harder than what it needs to be. You ever have that happen to you before? Like you can do something and then you're trying to help somebody and that person have no idea of what's going on. But do you need to help them? Do you need that unnecessary stress? No. Do you need that unnecessary pressure on you? No. It's easier to focus on yourself and move forward, and it's quicker for you. But when you're dragging a dead weight behind, that's pointless. And dead weights always lead to jealousy, because people get jealous just because you're doing something they can't do, or you're moving forward and they can't do it. You can work the same place with a coworker, getting the same pay, same wage, same everything. And if you can save your money and buy a car, and that other person that's getting the same pay as you and working the same hours as you can't do that, they're going to be jealous of you. Not jealous that you work the same job with them or get the same rate. They're going to be jealous that you saved your money and you buy a car. So they're going to be jealous of you because you have a car, not knowing that when you buy a car, your bank account just took that big dip. They don't care about your bank account taking that big dip and you have to save your money all over again. They're looking at the car. They're not looking at how much it costs. If that makes sense. So you can buy a car for 10 grand. And that coworker is going to be like, how did you buy that car? And you're going to be like, oh, I saved my money up. Oh, how much did it cost? 10 grand. When you say 10 grand, they're going to look deep within themselves and say, I can't save 10 grand. How did you do it? And that's a jealousy feeling coming up, because someone is going to ask you, how did you do it? Depending on how they ask you and their expression. Because someone can be proud of you and be like, so how did you do it? That means they're interested to figure out how did you do it. But someone's like, so how did you do that? They're interested in you get the same money as them. They can't do it, but you can. They were probably busy spending their money on a bunch of nonsense, while you were saving. If that makes sense. So that's how people tend to be jealous of somebody else. You can, like I said, you can be in the same position as the next guy, and the next guy will still find a way to hate on you. You can be a female working anywhere, and you take care of yourself. You're in the gym, you're eating good food, you make sure your hair is done nice, you make sure you got a little makeup on, you make sure you're presentable. And then you got that one girl that's hating on you just because you're presenting yourself in an elite way, if that makes sense. And then deep down in herself, she's gonna say, oh, she thinks she's better than me because she's doing it. You're minding your own business. You're doing whatever you're doing for you. But the next person always feel like you're trying to be better than them, especially when you're trying to do it for yourself. Or you like how you look, you present yourself. Because whatever lifestyle you pick, you have to present yourself in a certain lifestyle. So that's how it is. Like, not a lot of people will put a lot of time and effort within themselves to make themselves look presentable. Because I've seen people at the airports looking like crackhead, and I'm like, how the hell are you going across the world looking like that? I could never look like that going across the world. I could never wear something like this going to the States or going to Jamaica. Are you okay? At least wear a dress shirt. But I've seen a lot of, but that's not the point. But you're going to have some, if we're traveling and you're looking nice and decent and well presentable, you're going to have that one person that decides to wear a regular t-shirt or a hoodie, be sitting out hating on you. Oh, that must be a business guy because he's in a shirt and he's in a dress pants and a tie and a blazer. You can probably work a regular 9 to 5 just like the next guy. The guy that's saying stuff, you probably makes more than you, but it's how you present yourself. So it doesn't matter what you're doing. People will literally see you and then start hating on you for absolutely no reason, all because they themselves can't do it. Like, somebody can come in my room and see this big picture I have, and they don't have a picture of themselves this big, and they're gonna start hating on me because I got a big picture of myself with this writing on there. If that makes sense, because this is a very big picture. But when I make the YouTube videos, you guys only see this piece because it goes all the way up to the ceiling. But it's just the way how it is. People look at themselves, and that's where jealousy comes from. And like I said, jealousy, it has nothing to do with you. All it is somebody lack the ability that you have and hate on you. It could be anything. You can even, let's say, stack a bunch of paper in a nice way. And then you got somebody that can't do it, and they're going to be jealous of you because you can do it. Your vocabulary is pretty awesome. You know how to use words. You know how to play around with words. And then you're going to have some person that's stupid that's going to be hating on you only because you know how to play with words. But you will never see the two brightest person in class hating on each other. They will be competing to see who's smarter, but they're not going to be like, oh, that one think he's smarter than me or that. No, you will never see that. Never, ever, ever. You will not see that. And you will never see the two prettiest girls in school arguing. If they're not in the same group of friends, then they will be like one in this group and one in that group. If they're not in the same group. But you will never see them hating on each other. Never. It's always the one that lack the ability, that's the one that's hating. That's the one that's jealous. Because they envy you. And like I've said 1,000 times now, jealousy have nothing to do with you. It's just somebody can't do what you can do. You can be even mentally stronger than they are. You can probably handle more pressure than them, and they're still going to find somebody to be jealous of you just because you can handle pressure more than them. If that makes sense. Doesn't matter what, it could be the simplest thing. You can be walking on the street and there's like a $20 bill floating by. Then you pick it up. And then if you're walking with somebody and you find that money and you pick it up and you decide you're not going to share it with them, deep down they're going to be like, so me and you are walking and there's $20 and you didn't split it. If you don't want to, you don't have to, especially if they didn't see the money. Because nowadays, if you're walking with somebody, if you're walking with somebody and you see somebody and they don't see it, that's all on them. And I was about to say I'm just like that. Because if I'm walking with you and I see a bunch of money on the floor, you don't see it, and I pick it up and you don't know it, then that's on you for not knowing. But like I said, if you're walking with somebody and you see the money, people will literally be jealous of you for anything. It could be you have a nice bed. You have a king size bed and they have a double bed. They're gonna hate on you, not knowing that you have to work more because your bed costs more to have it, but they will literally hate on you just because you have it. You can be driving a car and someone is walking. Doesn't have to be the latest model. Any car, 2014, 2015, 2016. But the person that's going to be hating on you is the person that's walking, or the person that's on the bus, or a person who have to take a cab. They're the ones that's going to be hating on you. And the ones that can't afford the cab and the taxi, they're the ones the ones that's walking that can't afford the cab and the bus, they're the one that's going to be hating on you taking the bus and the taxi, because they're going to say, oh, you think you have money? Why are you taking taxi like that, like you got some money? It could be anything. So my advice to you, if someone is jealous of you, don't stop what you're doing. Don't make yourself less so they can feel more about themselves. If that makes sense. Don't belittle yourself just so they can feel better. If you're working on yourself and you're pushing forward and you're saving some money, this is why it's not everything you should say to people, especially if it's not ready to go. Because you can be brainstorming and you sit down and you look within yourself and you say, you know what? I'm going to try this. And it could be anything. It could be like you want to save your money to buy a car, you want to buy a bedroom set, you want to get your own crib, you want to buy a house. It could be anything. This is why I strongly recommend you keep your moves private until it's ready to go. Because you can say something to somebody and instantly they start hating on you. Instantly they get jealous, then they envy you, and those type of stuff will make, like, jealousy will make people do crazy stuff. We live in a world right now where mostly, like, maybe 2% of people is successful, and the 98% are the ones that lack all the ability, refuse to work on themselves and push forward. Then they spend most of their time sitting down and hating on you that's been grinding for over 10 years now. They never met to step forward, but they got all the time in the world to hate on you. And they're still watching. They're still watching. Don't think they're not watching. They're still watching. That's why they hate them. So don't listen to nobody. Keep pushing forward. I have no idea why somebody will stop working on themselves just so somebody can feel better. If you're working on yourself and somebody refuses to work on themselves, why? You're never jealous because someone is not working on themselves. But somebody that have no idea what to do with themselves is always hating on the guy that's trying to move forward. The guy that's consistent, the guy that's trying to be something, the guy that's trying to be successful, the guy that's trying to make stuff happen. You always have that one guy that's sitting down on his ass all day, every day, doing absolutely nothing. And that's probably why they find all the time to hate. Because my grandma used to tell me that devil find work for idlers. And if you got too much time on your hands, then that will make you do crazy stuff. This is why a lot of people end up in jail or end up all over the place, because they got too much time on their hand. If you are busy working on yourself, then I don't see how you will find time for nonsense. Because even me, I'm going through phases in my life right now where I'm keep on pushing forward. But the only time I go out, when you guys see me dress up and go out, it's only when I celebrate stuff. Because you will never see this guy in the club every Saturday. That's doing absolutely nothing for nobody. Not doing nothing for the club, and it's not doing nothing for me. Especially not doing nothing for me. So it's all about working on yourself and keep pushing forward. People will be jealous. There will be people hating on you for absolutely no reason. You can be taking care of yourself, and somebody that have no idea what to do will hate on you. It's always a person that have no idea of what to do hating on you, because they got all the time in the world. You don't have that time. And for some of you guys that's like working on yourself and you're starting your career and you're pushing forward while having a regular job, you guys know what I'm talking about. You're in the middle of building yourself to push forward. So if you're in the middle of fixing yourself and evolving as a human being, you ever notice that you never find time to hate on somebody? Like, you don't really care what somebody's doing that's not working on themselves? How much times have you drive by somebody or walk by somebody that's like a crackhead on the street and you don't really care about them because they're the reasons why they are where they are. And you know that, but they don't. But you won't find the time to be jealous of them because they're doing that. But they will see you in a nice car driving and you're well presentable and they will have all the time in the world to hate on you, not knowing that it costs. Because everything in this world costs. Whatever lifestyle you want, it costs. And then there's always somebody, like I've said, jealous of you. So my advice to you, don't worry about what nobody's jealous or what nobody's saying. How would I know if somebody's jealous? Use your ears and use your eyes. Trust me. You will know if someone is jealous of you. Never take your eyes off their face. You need to see their expression and listen when they speak. So you listen when they speak and you keep your eyes on their face. That's how you would know. Because not everything a person say to you is genuine. Some people are just trying to know your business is how you do it. And they can be working the same job as you. You can be working the same job with somebody. And one guy is like partying, buying a bunch of nonsense that's not doing anything. And you save all your money. You and that guy started at the same time. And you guys were at the same place for 5 years. And then you decided to quit that job and start your own business. That guy that spent all his money is going to ask you, where did you get all that money to start your own business? He's going to ask you, oh, did you borrow a loan? No. Open my store cash. Oh, where did you get all the money? Oh, I was saving. And then they're going to say, then how much did you get? Same as you. The only difference is you spend yours and I save mine. I build my credit in order to get what I want. In fact, your card was over your limit that the bank had to shut yours down and cut it off. And then every time you get paid, your card is in negative. But that person that's like beneath you will find some time to be jealous of you just because you leave them in that job and now you're opening a store. That makes sense. So my advice to you, if someone is jealous of you, it has nothing to do with you. It all has to do with them because they lack the ability you have. You may be talented, smarter, prettier, more intelligent. That's why they're hating on you. That's why they're jealous of you, because they're nothing like you. And they idolize you. And the best thing that they could come up with, if they can't be your friend, then they will be your enemy. Because a lot of times that's the road people choose. They choose to make you their enemy just so they themselves can be better. So they have to look at somebody they don't like. You see how funny this world is? People will never look at somebody that they like and like try to push forward. It's always the person they don't like they admire the most. And they don't like you because you're pushing forward. That's the reason why they're jealous. So my advice to you, keep working on yourself. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Don't stop to listen to what nobody's saying. A bunch of dogs always barking. No one is going to bite. So keep working on yourself. Keep pushing forward. Don't stop what you're doing just so somebody can feel better. And don't slow your process down and wait for somebody to catch up. If they're trying to be on the same level as you, they need to put more work in. Because while you were building yourself slowly and going forward, and then you increase pressure to yourself and keep pushing forward, they were already way behind. And they decided to not push forward. But it was when your stuff starting to take off. That's when they want to try to be your friend and trying to run into and be a part of what you're doing. No. That's not how this world works. That's not how it works. So if they want to be on your level, you tell them to put more effort in and try to find some way to be on your level. Don't slow down or stop your business or shut your business down just because somebody want to open theirs. No, that's not how this world works. You need to keep pushing forward. If they want to be on the same level as you, then they need to apply more pressure because you're already way ahead. That's how this world works. So if someone is jealous of you, keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop to listen what they're saying and what they're doing. Keep pushing forward. It's because of what you're doing why they're jealous of you. And they low-key admire you, but they don't want to say it. So they rather say they hate you. That's how it is. I hope you guys learned something, because people always tend to misunderstand jealousy because they think if someone is jealous of them, it's themselves, but it has absolutely nothing to do with you if someone is jealous of you. It's all about how they feel inside as a person and what they can't do. So I hope you guys learned something. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned. Your boy will be back doing more stuff. You go enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I post daily on them.